General, mamaya na po yan. Please submit to this committee that official document that indeed you allow Colonel Grijaldo to have an official leave for 8 days. That's number one po. How about the previous? The previous medical certificates or medical checkups that was made by Grijaldo. Did he inform the police or the PIAO?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the documents for him
Yes, Your
to
Honor.
request letter? Wag niyong i-antedate, ha? Oh, please submit to this committee because, as mentioned by Chairman Abante, almost 1 month na po.
Will do that.
Pag-submit niyo po. Then the motion that was made, amended motion by Congressman Flores, yung medical officer niyo po, dapat i-check siya. Kasi Mr. Chairman, because of these 3 excuse letter, it's all about medical excuse. Mr. Chairman, if Colonel Grijaldo is making a mockery of this hearing and some police officers in collusion of Colonel Grijaldo, I will not hesitate to cite him in contempt in this committee and all those PNP officials involved to face cases doon po sa Napolcom. Kasi po, supposedly kayo po 1 month, hinayaan yung ganito. Of course, he's not absent without leave. Pero dapat naman po, you help us. You help this committee. 3 hearing, wala siya. Under pa sa PIAO.
Thank you.
I hope you'll submit those documents today. General.
If I may, sir.
Yes.
We are helping.
Sandali
sir.
po. Can you submit those documents I mentioned today?
Yes, sir. We will submit po.
Or submit it today?
Yes, sir.
Please proceed.
We are helping the committee, sir, in this endeavor. Actually, sir, when you receive the notice that there is a Quadcom hearing for today, I canceled the leave for November 27, just for this purpose po, sir.
You cancel what?
The leave po, sir.
Your leave?
No, sir, the leave of Colonel Grijaldo.
Also, you cancel all the leaves.
Only for this November 27 po.
So, he's not on leave.
He's not, sir, because he...
Okay,
but
now, General, you check. Because the latest excuse letter of Colonel Grijaldo is dated November, I think November 23.
26.
Saan ba yun?
26.
Okay, November 26. But, that was 3 days ago. But, yesterday. But, eto, Jenna, please take note of this. But the date of the medical request of his doctor was dated 11/23/2024. Eh baka pati kayo, niloloko niyo na. Paki-check lang po.
yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me proceed. Can I proceed, Mr. Chairman?
Okay, please proceed.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
With the indulgence of Congressman Caraps Paduano, Congressman Acop, and then is this in relation to the admin
Yes.
matters that we are discussing?
Yes,
Okay,
the current matter po.
After Congressman Acop.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Congressman Acop, you're recognized.
May I request, Mr. Chair, that the head of the PHAW would answer my questions?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Iha, ano po ba yung rule sa PHAW regarding officers assigned there without any official assignment? Are they supposed to report there every day?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, when I assumed as the Chief PHAO last October 17 of
Iha,
this year,
hindi ko po tinatanong kung kailan ka nag-assume.
yes, sir.
Ang tinatanong ko, ano po yung batas po ninyo sa PIHAW tungkol doon sa mga opisyal na walang assignment na na-assign po dyan?
Yes, sir.
Ano po yung rule ninyo? Are they supposed to report there daily?
Sir, pursuant to PNP Memorandum Circular Number 2024-001, dated January 10, 2024, it states here, sir, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, if I may read, accounting. The system of recording the actual strength of PNP personnel placed on PHAW, DPRM, RPHAS, or ARMD through physical or virtual accounting and station/office visits and the affixing of signatures of the personnel on the attendance sheet provided by the office. Sir, effective November 11, sir, when TDPRM, Police Brigadier General Chinayog, issued a memorandum that starting November 11, it will start the physical accounting of all PHAW personnel, sir. So when I assume office, sir, my predecessors accounts all the PHAW personnel assigning PHAW, sir, virtual accounting. So effective November 11, sir, by virtue of the memorandum issued by Police Brigadier General Chinayog, the TDPRM, sir, we assume and we start the physical accounting to all PHAW personnel, sir. They are reporting to the officer 10 a.m. and 3 o'clock, affixing their signature, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, sir.
And pursuant to your records, Colonel Grijaldo has obediently obeyed all your requirements? May I
Since
know kung siya po ay religiously sinunod po yung inyong directive na yan, na nag-report siya daily?
he started physically reporting to
Ang
our
tinatanong
office.
ko lang po ay, kung dun sa requirement ng inyong procedure there, sinunod ba lahat ni Colonel Grijaldo yan? Yun lang
Yes.
naman ang tanong ko eh.
Yes po, sir.
Nagre-report siya araw-araw, pumipirma siya sa dun sa logbook.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, sir, starting November 18, he reported physically, sir, and signed his attendance.
Yes, I know. Sinabi mo na eh. But
Opo.
did Colonel Grijaldo obey that religiously?
And yes, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, from November 18 to November 25, Mr. Chair. At to November 22, sorry, Mr. Chair,
November
Your Honor.
22?
Yes, sir. From Monday, November 18.
Yung November 11, nung lumabas yung directive,
He was not around, Mr. Chair, informing us that he's still admitted in the hospital, Mr. Chair, Pasig Doctors Medical Hospital, Mr. Chair.
okay. Now, yung pagre-report niya, naka-logbook po kayo. Please submit to this committee yung logbook na pinipirmahan niya.
Yes, Mr. Chair,
Thank you.
Your Honor.
And did he ask, may I know your protocol also kung ang isang officer ng PNP ay mag-a-avail ng medical services? Ano po yung protocol nun?
Pardon, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
What is the protocol of the PNP para sa isang opisyal na mag-a-avail ng medical services? Kagaya ni Colonel Grijaldo, bigla na lang nagpa-confine.
The hospital that he is admitted, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, is a private hospital or a government hospital in Pasig City. He did not went to the PNP General Hospital to seek medical
Hindi.
treatment, Mr.
Oh,
Chair.
so your protocol does not require na pag mag-a-avail ng medical services isang police officer, hindi niya i-inform yung unit niya.
Mr. Chair, considering that when he was admitted, it's still a virtual accounting. he did not inform us that he was admitted or confined. It only come to our attention when we directed him a notice to explain last November 7, Mr. Chair, when he was absent during the November 17 joint Quadcom committee, Mr. Chair. Your Honor.
Marami pong salamat. Mr. Chair, the situation is this. We have issued a show cause order to Colonel Grijaldo for being absent in the last October 22 hearing. So we issued a show cause order, and the answer of the lawyer of the Colonel Grijaldo was that he was confined, so he was not also able to attend the November 7 hearing that we conducted. Now, November 27, he's not around with a medical reason, the same as his excuse in the November 7 hearing. That is the situation, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Ako, for that information. So,
Mr. Chair,
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
as I stated earlier, after Congressman Ako, it is Congressman PM Vargas. This is in relation to
Yes.
the
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Grijaldo
30
issue.
seconds lang, Mr. Chair.
Okay, please, you're recognized.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Narinig ko kasi yung rotator cuff syndrome. No, on September 18, 2024, kung nakikita niyo ko dito, nakasling ako, I didn't have a syndrome. I had a torn rotator cuff and I had my surgery in September 18, 2024. On September 19, nakalabas na ako ng ospital.
Okay.
So this is elective surgery. 'Di ba? Ngayon, kung talagang kung talagang ang rotator cuff syndrome ay matindi, yung sa kanya, we can recommend for a complete disability retirement. 'Di ba? Kasi may annual check-up ang mga pulis. So kung may annual, andito yata yung Napolcom, pwede nilang gawin yan. At pwede nating i-recommend ang ganun, kung ganun kalala. Pero based on my experience, 5 ang screw ko sa balikat ko ngayon, torn rotator, torn bicep, frozen shoulder, pero 1 day lang, pinalabas na ako ng ospital.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that information. We
Chair.
will take note of the information shared by Congressman Vargas, and we will forward this to the medical director of the House of Representatives so that when he visits and confirms the confinement of Colonel Grijaldo, he can discuss this with his personal doctor. Yes, Congressman Abante.
being the chairman of the Committee on Human Rights, on the basis of a humanitarian attitude, I am willing to let him borrow my wheelchair, Mr. Chair, for him to be allowed to be here. In fact, mayroon na ako ditong gamot niya, sapagkat mayroon din akong pain, yung tramadol and paracetamol, mayroon ako dito, Mr. Chair. Mayroon din akong diclofenac spray. So, for humanitarian purposes, I am willing to give him my wheelchair and all of the medicines needed for him to attend here.
Thank you for your generosity, Congressman Abante. Now we will proceed with the discussion on the admin matters. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Anyway, sa pihaw na lang po before I proceed, no? Pakisabit din po yung pakicheck nyo rin po yung confinement niya na sinasabi niya yung date na yon.
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Chairman, you have been received a copy of the excuse letter coming from Ms. Cassandra Cong, and attached is the recommendation of our medical and dental service in the House, signed by Luis Jose Bautista, Doctor, Director 2. Now, allow me to read the last part of the letter, Mr. Chairman. The patient reported persistent symptoms, including sore throat, mild cough, and middle back pain. We recommend continuing the prescribed medication and management plan for at least 1 more week. So with this, Mr. Chairman, mismo na po yung medical officer natin na nag-recommend. So, the excuse of Ms. Cassandra Ong is granted, Mr. Chairman. Now, next, Mr. Chairman, mamaya. We haven't received a copy of a letter coming from for Ms. Alice Go. And may hearing po si Alice Go on November 28 and 29, 2024. Ito lang po yung sinabit niya.
But today is November 27.
Yeah, today is November 27. Comsec, ano pa ba yung invitation na bang status dito kay Go?
Yes, sir, invitation.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Sir, according to the court, she has a hearing today,
okay.
but she will be available on 28 and 29.
why he's not available today?
She has a hearing, sir.
Court hearing.
Hearing.
Yes, sir.
Pero 28, 29 ang hearing, di ba?
That's the
Nakalagay
time
dito?
she is available on that days.
Okay.
On those days.
Please, ano na lang po, please check doon sa branch. No?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Branch of court. Kung talagang may hearing and the presence of Miss Alice Go is there. Please.
Yes, sir.
Comsec.
Thank
Thank you. Now, let me take up, Mr. Chairman, the excuse letter of Miss Rose Nonolin. Ito lang po, I will just read the second paragraph, Mr. Chairman. This was signed by, I think, si John Reyna Montesilio and Ong Siaco Law Office, no? Signed by Cesar Manalaysay and Alma Fernandez Malonga and Maria Luisa Sebastian. Mr. Chairman, allow me to read this second paragraph. We regret to inform the Honorable Committee that Ms. Lin is unavailable to attend the 12th public hearing. She expresses her intent to be of valuable help to the Honorable Committee. In fact, she has exerted efforts to make herself available during the two previously cancelled public hearings. Unfortunately, Ms. Lin has to attend to an urgent family matter. Ms. Lin has to attend to an urgent family matter that requires her presence abroad on the day of the 12th public hearing. Nonetheless, she continued to assist, blah, 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 etc., and she submitted the documents that was ordered to him last hearing. But, Mr. Chairman, reading this letter, nasa abroad siya today. So, is there a BID representative? BID.
Attorney Ong
Attorney. Kindly
Yes, Your Honor.
check once again the latest travel record of Rose Nonolin
Yes, Your Honor.
before bago tayo mag-suspend mamaya, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Para ma-update lang po yung
Yes, Your Honor.
committee.
We will
Because
update
we
the
need it dahil si Rose Nonolin, alam po natin, is principal resource person with regards to drugs and Pogo po.
Pogo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please po. Thank you. And lastly, Mr. Chairman, balikan ko lang po, no? And I think Chairman Akop has something to say about this. The excuse letter from Attorney Mans Carpio. But before, Mr. Chairman, I will leave my time to Chairman Akop. Let me just once again reiterate that the COMSEC did not send an invitation to Congressman Pulong. But we only, the motion last time by this representation was to send a notice of the hearing. No? Para po malinaw, baka mamaya gagamitin namang issue yan against this committee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will leave my time to Chairman Ako with regards to the excuse letter of Attorney Mans Carpio.
Chairman Akop?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Attorney Manscarpio, in his communication to the committee, Mr. Chair, simply state that he wants to be excused simply because he has filed criminal complaints against Mr. Jimmy Guman in the Office of the Ombudsman, Office of the City Prosecutor, Quezon City, and later at the Office of the Provincial Prosecutor of Pampanga. And he cited numerous cases decided by the Supreme Court supporting his position, Mr. Chair. And but I think, Mr. Chair, it is up for this committee whether we will accept ito pong excuse ni Attorney Manscarpio. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Ako. Perhaps we can defer the decision of the committee on the letter of Attorney Manscarpio before we adjourn this committee hearing today. So, are there anything else on the administrative matters before we proceed?
To the those issued some of them issued SOHOs, no, to submit the required documents by this committee. But before that, may I ask the COMSEC, yung letter ba natin kay Attorney Carpio is just an invitation?
Yes, sir.
Hindi pa SOHOs. Thank you, COMSEC. Now, let me proceed, Mr. Chairman. We have ordered Mr. Paul Gutierrez to submit to this committee news articles he has written about Mr. Jimmy Goban. And until now, he's not yet submitted such document or such news report or article, Mr. Chairman. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a SOCOS order with regards to this news articles being required to Mr. Paul Gutierrez, Mr. Chairman. So move.
There's a motion to issue a SOCOS order on Mr. Paul Gutierrez's articles regarding Mr. Jimmy Guman, and it was duly seconded. Are there any objections? Hearing none, the motion is carried.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let me proceed with the next. SPO4 Sanson Sani Binaventura, when he was present during the last hearing with regards to EJK, he committed to submit his SALN, no, from 2008 to 2021. But until now, has not submitted such documents. At the same time, he has not sent us a letter of excuse, whatever, to explain why he has not submitted such document. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I move to issue a subpoena dos stecum with regards to the statement of asset and liabilities and net worth for the years 2008 to 2021 of retired SPO4 Samson Sani Binaventura. So move, Mr. Chairman.
There is a motion to issue a subpoena ducis tecum
Dos stecum, Mr. Chairman.
in relation to the documents promised to us by Mr. Sani Binaventura. And any second? Any second?
Second,
Okay,
Mr.
duly
Chair.
seconded. Any objections? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Lastly, Mr. Chairman, for the LRA. Nandito ba yung LRA? LRA?
Oh yes, there.
RD, wala ba yung head of office nyo? National? Please take na lang po. Take a seat.
Good morning,
Madam.
Your Honors.
Madam,
Yes,
during the
sir.
previous hearing, you were ordered to submit to this committee official records of the properties of Mr. Sanson Binaventura. Have you complied?
Attorney Paulo Tamayo was the representative at
Oh, where is he? Please,
He's
Attorney
here, Your
Tamayo. LRA, you were ordered to submit to this committee official records of properties by Mr. Former or retired SPO4 Sunny Binaventura during the last hearing.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, and good morning to the honorable members of the committee. Earlier this morning, Your Honor,
Pakilapit po ng microphone.
Earlier this morning, Your Honor, we received a verbal request with regard to the list of properties of Sanson Benaventura, Your Honor. And at present, Your Honor, the information with regard to the list of properties are being extracted as of now, Your Honor.
Attorney, so hindi kayo naka-receive ng order coming from this committee to the COMSEC with regards to that document?
I believe we have not, Your Honor. On behalf of the legal division, Your Honor, I believe we failed to receive this address.
COMSEC, have you sent a letter with regard to that document?
I'm checking our record, sir. But he is right. This morning we talked and we requested for them to submit the documents.
However, Your Honor, a few minutes ago, Your Honor, we already received an information from our ICT that the information with regard to the properties of the same person are already extracted. And as of this moment, Your Honor, our representative from the LRA is on his way to bring the said documents, Your Honor.
Okay, please submit to this committee in today's, before we suspend, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Today's hearing.
Thank you very
Mamaya po, pag-usapan natin yan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So we're done. Okay, thank you. Now we will proceed with the hearing proper and the.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Before that, I would like to recognize Congresswoman Arlene Brosas.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, this is a manifestation, Mr. Chair, with regards to the hearing last time of the extrajudicial killings and for the next hearing of the EJK, Mr. Chair. So, Mr. Chair, nasaksihan natin sa mga nakaraang hearing ng Quad Committee ang kalunos-lunos na kalagayan ng mga biktima ng madugong giyera kontra droga ng Duterte administration. Hindi lamang mga pinaghihinalaang drug users at pushers ang naging target, kundi pati mga inosenteng sibilyan ay nadamay sa walang habas na pagpatay. Gumamit ng mga pekeng warrants, nanlaban kaya pinatay, walang maayos na investigasyon pagkatapos. Mr. Chair, ito ang mga nararanasan ng mga biktima at kanilang pamilya sa ilalim ng war on drugs. Makikita rin ang ganitong kalakaran sa nangyaring magkasabay na operasyon na nagresulta ng extrajudicial killings noong March 7, 2021. Sa isang araw na operasyon lamang, 9 ang pinatay at 4 ang inaresto ng mga pulis. Noong nangyari ito, ang isa sa mga Davao Boys na si Police Colonel Lito Patay ay kasalukuyang head ng PNP CIDG Regional Field Unit sa Region 4A noon. Siya rin ang nag-apply ng 63 search warrants noon kung saan 42 ang naaprubahan para sa operasyon na ito. So Mr. Chair, mahalagang marinig natin mula sa mga pamilya ng biktima ang nangyari noon. Nagpadala rin po ang mga pamilya ng biktima ng sulat sa Quad Committee. Kaya naman, I implore this committee to invite the families of the victims, Rosenda Lemita and Lizelle Asuncion, to our next hearing of the extrajudicial killings. And also, Mr. Chair, to invite the perpetrators, those who can be identified, Mr. Chair. I believe, Mr. Chair, that copies of letters and documents were already sent to your respective offices as chairpersons of the Quad Committee, Mr. Chair. Kilala po itong issue na ito as Bloody Sunday Massacre, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, salamat po, Congresswoman Brosas. Yes, pagka tinalakay po natin ang usapin tungkol sa extrajudicial killings sa ating mga susunod na mga pagdinig, ay iimbitahan po natin ang mga taong nabanggit ninyo.
Yes, Mr. Chair, inquire ka lang, Mr. Chair, kasi we would like to for it to be included, yung mga names ngayon, sa admin matters, so that by next hearing, Mr. Chair, ready na po na maimbitahan natin or nandito na yung mga witnesses, Mr.
Yes,
Chair.
at the moment the committee just received a letter coming from the families of the victim. And in their letters, they are requesting for an audience with the committee. And we have been discussing that. And perhaps in the next Quadcom hearing on the topic of EJK, we will invite them and we will send invitations ahead so that they can make the necessary preparations.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po. Yes, Congressman Karap.
Part of the admin, Mr. Chairman, just to update now with regards to travel, doon sa exit letter ni Rose Nonolin, we have received from the BID that on 19th November, that was 8 days ago, 2024, Rose Nonolin left Manila to Hong Kong. PAL siguro to, Philippine Airlines, kasi PR 310, no? So, 19 po. BID, hanggang ngayon hindi pa na ba nakabalik? Wala pang return. BID, wala. Mamaya po, Mr. Chairman, mamaya na po natin tanungin BID.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, salamat, Congressman Paduano. Now we will proceed with the first part of the hearing is the presentation of the report of the PIDEA to the Quadcom. May kaugnayan po ito dun sa drug situation na dito po sa ating bansa. So PIDEA, are you ready with your presentation?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Okay, please proceed. While you're doing your presentation, everybody's invited to have your lunch, courtesy of DSJJ Suarez. So please enjoy the lunch hosted by DSJJ.
Ito natin yung Davao eh.
We'd like to acknowledge the presence of Congressman Jude Asidre and Congressman Franz Pumaren.
Mr. Chair, Your Honors, good morning. This presentation is a compilation of information from the hearings of the Committee on Dangerous Drugs, chaired by Congressman Robert H. Barbers, Committee on Public Order and Safety, chaired by Congressman Dan Fernandez, Committee on Human Rights, chaired by Congressman Bienvenido Abante Jr., and Committee on Public Accounts, chaired by Congressman Joseph Stephen Caraps Paduano, as well as information from Senate hearings regarding dangerous drugs and Philippine offshore gaming operators or Pogos, including data from our agency and various resources. Our investigations began when 560 kilos of shabu worth 3.6 billion pesos were seized in a joint operation of the National Bureau of Investigations, Bureau of Customs, the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency, and the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency in Mexico, Pampanga, in September 24, 2023. After a controlled delivery operation, the boxes of drugs containing shabu were seized in a warehouse owned by Willie Ong, which was constructed on land previously owned by the Tumang family in Pampanga. Willie Ong, also known as Kai Kui Meng, is one of the 5 identified incorporators of Empire 999 Realty Incorporated. Another incorporator of Empire 999 is IDT Young. IDT Young is an incorporator of 2 other companies, Golden Sun 999 Realty and Development Corporation and Atty Industrial Park Incorporated for their land acquisition. Aside from IDT Young, another incorporator of Golden Sun 999 Realty and Development Corporation is Rose Nono Lin. Rose Nono Lin is also an incorporator of Parmalee Pharmaceutical, which rose to notoriety when it bagged 13 contracts from the government worth a total of 11 billion. All supplies for COVID response during the global pandemic, despite having a declared paid-up capital of only 625,000 pesos. One co-incorporator of Rose Nonolin in Parmalee Pharmaceutical Corporation is Michael Yang or Hong Meng Yang. Rose Nonolin and Michael Yang are also co-incorporators of a certain Alan Lin in Piley Holdings Corporation. Alan Lin is the husband of Rose Nonolin. A reliable informant of Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency positively identified that Alan Lin or Alan Jeffrey Lin also uses several other identities, namely Jeffrey or Jeff Lin, Ayong, Wexiong Lin or Lin Wexion, Alan Lim, and Wen Li Chen. According to this informant, Alan Lin is a close friend of then Special Assistant to the President, Christopher Bongo. Alan Lin is a casino junket operator who is involved in the kidnapping of high-roller Chinese gamblers in Okada, Manila. Alan Lin or Wexion Lin was involved in a case involving illegal drugs in Cavite, but this case was dismissed in 2015. Further, Alan Lin allegedly holds Vietnamese, Burmese, and Cambodian passports. Alan Lim and Michael Yang were linked by former PNP Colonel Eduardo Asierto in a drug matrix of the Johnson Chua Drug Trafficking Organization, which Asierto revealed in 2017. Johnson Chua is allegedly responsible for operating a drug warehouse in Cagayan de Oro City, the Shabu clandestine laboratory raided by PDEA in Dumoy, Davao City in 2004, and another Shabu laboratory in Bunawan, Davao City. Michael Yang handled shipping requirements for Johnson Chua, while Alan Lim, who was connected to Yang, operated a clandestine Shabu laboratory in Cavite. Yang Jianxin, also known as Tony Yang or Antonio Maestrado Lim, is a sibling of Michael Yang. Tony Yang is allegedly the owner of a Pogo in Cagayan de Oro City and affiliated to Mr. Johnson Chua, the same Chua who is a known smuggler and implicated in the dismantled clandestine Shabu laboratory in Dumoy, Davao City in 2004. Hong Jing Yang is another sibling of Michael Yang. Hong Jiang Yang is also an incorporator of Fullwin Group and Piley Estate Group. The Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission provided information that Hong Jiang Yang and a certain Yao Sheng Kan transferred funds to the company Baoful Land Development Incorporated. Later, Investigations revealed that the incorporator of Baofu Land is Alice Leal Go or Go Waping, the former mayor of Bamban, Tarlac. Baofu Land Development Incorporated is the real estate company that leased its compound to the Pogo licensee Hongxing Gaming Technology Incorporated, later renamed Zun Yuan Technology Incorporated. According to Senator Risa Hontiveros, the money amounting to 3.3 billion pesos from Hong Kong, from Hongjiang Yang and Yu Chengkan was used to bankroll Hongxing Gaming Technology Incorporated. Hongxing Gaming Technology Incorporated built the Pogo complex in Bamban, which was raided on March 13, 2024. The Anti-Money Laundering Council released the results of its investigation last July 2024 and identified several companies linked via financial instruments and transactions to Miss Alice Go. One company identified by the AMLAC caught the attention of Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency. RMCE Metal Products Trading Company, which received fund transfers from Alice Go through QJJ Farm and her personal bank accounts. QJJ Farm is owned by Alice Go. RMCE Metal Products had been previously investigated by AMLAC and PDEA for having financial interactions with the accounts of Concepcion M. Chua and her husband, Ronnie Chua. The Chua accounts had been previously identified by PDEA as instruments used for money laundering by convicted Chinese drug lord Wu Tuan Yuan, better known as Peter Ko. These accounts are the subject of money laundering cases, even as Peter Ko is serving his drug sentence in Sablayan Penal Farm in Occidental Mindoro. That ends my presentation, sirs.
Thank you, Deputy Director Gumban. May we know if you have a soft copy of that presentation? Can you please submit that to the committee?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay, maraming salamat po. Now, with that presentation, we have a list of interpellators. And in the list, I have here the first interpellator is Congresswoman JINKY Beatrix Luistro. You are recognized and you have 10 minutes.
Mr. Chair, the presentation of PDEA, although we acknowledge that there is clarity and it enlightens the committee on how Pogo drugs are related, including the illegal acquisition of land, the volume of corporate layering, along with the corporate personalities, are truly overwhelming, Mr. Chair. So I wish to raise some questions which I will be deducing to the matrix that was presented by the PDEA. First, among those, you mentioned, PDEA, about controlled delivery. For the enlightenment of the Filipino people, although I understand that we have discussed this initially at the Dangerous Drugs Committee that was prior to the creation of Quadcom, kindly enlighten us again. Ano po ba ang ibig sabihin ng controlled delivery?
Yes, Mr. Chair. According to Article 2 of the Organized Crime Convention describes controlled delivery as the technique for allowing suspicious shipments or cargo to leave pass through or enter a jurisdiction with the knowledge and supervision of authorities.
And with that, PIDEA, when did you acknowledge that suspicion that there will be entry of dangerous drugs in the country?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, this information is the lead agency on this operation, ma'am, is the National Bureau of Investigation. So they were the first to know what is coming to the Philippines.
So is it correct to say, PIDEA, that it was the NBI who acquired that information and thereafter they made the necessary coordination with the PIDEA, the BOC, and the NICA? Tama po ba iyon?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At least, PIDEA, can you please enlighten us, ano po bang information ang shinare sa inyo ng NBI that led to this operation?
They went to our office about 6 months before the operation. That is for coordination purposes and for joint operation, yes, Mr. Chair.
May we know what information was shared to you?
That there is a incoming shipments going to the Philippines, and they know the information regarding that matter, Mr. Chair.
Did they provide the port of unloading, the date of delivery, the shipper, the importer, the consignee, PIDEA?
Yes, ma'am.
So with that information given to PIDEA, from your end, ano pong ginawa ninyo?
Ours, ma'am, is just coordination with NBI. We let them do their task. And in support to NBI, that is what they are requesting us, is the controlled delivery, because it is only the Director General of PIDEA can approve that the controlled delivery, ma'am.
By controlled delivery, PIDEA, would it be correct to say na yun pong intended na port of unloading ay kino-control na ng government and it is being unloaded somewhere else as directed by the government?
It is controlled by the agent or the action agent of NBI, ma'am. They are the one who are giving information and we are just receiving it. And the NBI is just coordinating with us what to do with it.
What therefore is the participation of the BOC, being the agency which has jurisdiction over importation?
As agreed upon, ma'am, they will be the one to intercept the cargo there in their jurisdiction. That is in Subic.
Did BOC indeed intercepted?
Yes, ma'am, together with other agencies, together with PIDEA and NBI.
You mentioned about this interception. During the interception of this shipment, present po ba itong apat na agencies, PIDEA, NBI, BOC, and NICA?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you please enlighten us? Please describe the illegal shipment that was apprehended.
Ma'am, could NBI answer that question, ma'am? We are not really, we do not really know the exact information about that matter because it is an NBI operation.
But you said a while ago that it was jointly conducted by the four offices, the PIDEA, the NBI, the BOC, and the NICA. And you likewise said earlier that these four offices were present during the operation. Saan po ba nahuli ito?
In the wharf of Subic Port, ma'am.
Wharf of Subic Port. And I heard from your report that this was found in a warehouse in Mexico, Pampanga?
Yes, ma'am. That is because of controlled delivery. We know that already that is in the Subic. We accounted for it together with the four agencies. And through controlled delivery operation, ma'am, it is already the PIDEA who is controlling the delivery,
Pidea,
Mr. Chair.
if we are aware, ano po talaga yung port of unloading na nakalagay sa bill of lading nito?
Subic Bay Port, ma'am.
Subic Bay Port. And since it is a controlled delivery, it was directed to be unloaded or to be brought to the Empire 999 warehouse in Mexico, Pampanga. Tama po ba?
No, ma'am, because the first area that it should be delivered is Tondo, Manila.
So what is actually written on the bill of lading? Saan po dapat ang delivery nito?
Tondo, Manila, ma'am.
Tondo, Manila. Then why did it go to Subic, Pampanga?
Along the way in route to Tondo, Manila, ma'am, according to the NBI, the action agents told them that it would be directed to Mexico, Pampanga.
So was the delivery unloaded in Tondo or in Subic, Pampanga?
First, ma'am, it is unloaded in Subic.
And then?
Then it is carried by the vehicle going to Tondo. But along the way, it was diverted to Mexico, Pampanga.
I see. It was unloaded in Subic, and then while it was on its way to Tondo, you shifted going to Mexico, Pampanga. Again, that is under the concept of controlled delivery.
First, there is a control delivery going to Tondo, Manila, ma'am. Then we changed the control delivery from Tondo, Manila going to Mexico, Pampanga.
Can you please enlighten us? Sino po ang shipper? Sino ang importer? At saan po ang warehouse dapat nito?
That information, ma'am, is with the National Bureau of Investigation.
I understand. Pidea, since you are saying that under the concept of controlled delivery, instead of bringing this to Tondo, Manila, you brought the shipment to Mexico, Pampanga, specifically Empire 999 warehouse. Tama po ba?
Yes, ma'am. Warehouse number 2 of Empire 999.
Among the 4 offices, which actually directed that the shipment be brought to Mexico, Pampanga?
It was the National Bureau of Investigation.
The National Bureau of Investigation. And can you please walk us through ano pong nangyari when this shipment was already brought to Mexico, Pampanga, Empire 999?
We waited for more or less 3 days that somebody will take it from inside the warehouse. So we have the surveillance team there, we have the camera.
For how many days, sir?
Almost 3 days, ma'am, because we have extended the control delivery operation for almost 3 times.
3
That
times.
is as the request of NBI, ma'am.
Okay. So
But
it's like an entrapment, sir? Reason why you brought it to Empire 999?
Yes, ma'am. That is the purpose, ma'am. To
You are
entrap those who
waiting
will get
as
it.
to the person who can possibly come and take custody of the illegal shipment. Tama po?
Yes, ma'am.
May dumating po bang tao?
None, ma'am.
Wala po. Then what did you do with the shipment?
Then we get into the warehouse and remove and take and account again the illegal drugs, ma'am.
Nevertheless, Pidea, since wala pong dumating na tao to take the shipment, of course, I understand you inquire into the ownership of Empire 999, kung saan nadala po at natagpuan itong illegal shipment na ito upon the directive of the NBI, as you have said. Sino
Yes,
po
ma'am.
ang may-ari ng Empire 999?
It was later found out, ma'am, that it is Willie Ong, ma'am.
Willie Ong and ADT Yang, tama po ba? Among the incorporators?
Initially, ma'am, it is only Willie Ong that we know. Then with what we have researched, and according to other sources, he has again about 5 incorporators in that Empire 999.
Who is Willie Ong, Pidea?
Willie Ong, ma'am, also known as Kai Kiming, is one of the 5 identified incorporators of Empire 999 Realty Incorporated. And we have researched, ma'am, that he has also a lot of co-incorporators.
I wish to believe that you have looked into the articles of incorporation of Empire 999 already.
Yes, ma'am.
And may I know if you have checked already the citizenship, the nationality of Willie Ong?
Ma'am, it was the NBI who has the follow-up of the operation.
But on the basis of the information that was shared to you already by the NBI, would you know kung ano pong nationality ni Willie Ong?
We have no knowledge of that, ma'am.
May we hear from NBI? NBI, have we checked the nationality of Willie Ong?
Madam Chair, Mr. Chair, for the NBI, may I ask that Attorney Jonathan Galicia, the head of our task force anti-illegal drugs, be recognized?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chair, the NBI is waiting to be recognized.
Oh, yeah. Attorney Galicia, you're recognized. Please respond to the question of Congresswoman Luistro.
Have we checked on the nationality of Willie Ong?
Yes, Your Honor.
How about the nationality of ADT Yang?
Yes, Your Honor.
May we know the extent of ownership of Willie Ong over Empire 999?
I don't have the records right now, Mr. Chairman, but we already submitted our findings to the committee.
Would you know, NBI, whether this Empire 999 is a Filipino corporation or otherwise?
It's supposedly it's a Filipino owned corporation, but it turns out that all the incorporators of the company are Chinese national, Mr.
And
Chairman.
having said that, Attorney Galicia, would it be correct to say that Empire 999 is not a Filipino corporation and instead a Chinese corporation?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And this brings us to the next question. Paano po kaya sila nakapag-incorporate considering that they are all Chinese nationals?
Your Honor, based on our investigation, they were able to secure a birth certificate which they falsified. But after verifying with the National Statistics Office, we were able to found out that those birth certificates were spurious.
And this corporate identity of Empire 999 was used to be able to acquire the warehouse which was formerly owned by architect Alex Tumang. Tama po ba yun, NBI?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I wish to manifest that we are at the point where we are connecting already the dangerous drugs with the illegal acquisition of land. We may recall that the 560 kilos of shabu were found in Empire 999 owned by Chinese nationals, all Chinese nationals. Among them are Willie Ong and ADT Yang. And for the record, Mr. Chair, ADT Yang is involved in the acquisition, or should I say illegal acquisition of land, to be particular 320 land holdings in Mexico, Pampanga, Mr. Chair. So, while there is implication already in dangerous drugs because of having found this 560 kilos of shabu in Empire 999, owned by Willie Ong and ADT Yang, it must be stressed that Willie Ong illegally acquired the warehouse using its corporate identity when in fact they are all Chinese nationals. Tama po ba ito, NBI?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
And in addition to that, another incorporator in the person of ADT Yang was able to acquire 320 land holdings Well, it is also through Empire 999. This is worth billions. Through Mayor Tumang and the brother architect Alex Tumang. Tama po ba ito, NBI?
That's being investigated now by the NBI, Mr. Chair.
Perhaps we can ask the LRA. Can we hear from LRA? There are information, Mr. Chair, that Empire 999 likewise acquired 320 land holdings worth billions. This is apart from the Empire 999 warehouse, which incorporator among belong Willie Ong and ADT Yang. LRA, would you confirm na meron pong 320 land holdings ang Empire 999?
As regards the count, Your Honor, we do not have the exact figure, but what I can remember is I already sent email to Attorney Dumali of AMLAC respecting the land holdings of Empire 999.
Mr. Chair, perhaps we can hear from Attorney Dumali. Can you give us a complete account of the land holdings acquired by Empire 999, which we must emphasize is not a Filipino corporation, but instead a Chinese corporation, considering that all incorporators are Chinese nationals?
Mr. Chair, please allow me to access the email sent by LRA as regards the actual number of titles. But if you may recall, Mr. Chair, the instruction came during the first Quadcom meeting in Pampanga, wherein the Quadcom instructed the LRA, the AMLAC, and the PAOK to coordinate as regards those properties. The list was provided by LRA on August 19, and in August 20, the same was forwarded to PAOK, Mr. Chair.
LRA, can you at least confirm na maraming land holdings ang pag-aari ng Empire 999? Tama po ba ito? Without being certain about the number of land holdings?
Yes, Your Honor, we confirm that.
And can you please enlighten us, kailan po ba nag-umpisa itong illegal acquisition of land holding?
Your Honor, may I be allowed to access my email to confirm the exact date?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Let us give her time to access. Meantime, may we ask Mayor Tumang?
Mayor Tumang, can you please occupy the seat? Page, paki-assist mo nga si Mayor Tumang.
Mr. Chair, I am trying to show to the committee how Empire 999 is involved not only in dangerous drugs but also in the illegal acquisition of land. Without sounding repetitive, Mr. Chair, let us be reminded that the 560 kilos of shabu were found in Empire 999, which is owned by Chinese incorporators. Among those are Willie Ong and ADT Yang. It is the same company, Empire 999, which allegedly acquired illegally 320 land holdings allegedly in Mexico, Pampanga as well. So at this point in time, since both the dangerous drugs operation and the illegal acquisition of land both happened in Mexico, Pampanga.
Para sa iba pang karagdagang mga balita at impormasyon, ay huwag po nating kalimutang mag-like, share at comment sa video na ito, at huwag po rin nating kalimutang mag-subscribe to continue supporting us. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood, at naway tangkilikin po ninyo ang aming YouTube channel.